and see if we can see it now.
There it is.
Okay, great. That was weird because it had this. I just put the same email address in there now you had it beforehand.
That's what I thought. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know why it would do that, considering the thing there is okay. So self-employed. So there's only 899 people. Oh, I got an F in there. That may be it. That can't be right. There we go. Okay, so relationship, second and third, second, and geography. Let's choose. Well, we have. I think we did California beforehand, but like, have you done Orange County yet?
Yeah, I don't think, Alan. I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't think it's the way that I'm typing in self-employed or CEO. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the issue. I think that if I'm contacted or if I'm searching for self-employed people, I personally think that it has more to do with the messaging, right?
Okay.
I think it has more to do with the introduction. I think it has more to do with being kind of straight to the point in terms of what it is that I'm all about, why I'm connecting with them. I mean, that's what my take is.
Right. So when you have people connecting,
what I don't know on the self-employed stuff is I don't know whether or not they own a home, right? I don't know. That would be a big help, right? But I don't think we're going to find that out on LinkedIn.
No, you can't find out. That information isn't on LinkedIn. So the closest we can get to is self-employed individuals, their job title, professional job title, like owner or CEO or VP or president, and the location they're in.
Yeah, we did that.
So I know that Texas is a fairly hot real estate market right now. We don't do in Texas, right? You only do in California, right?
What does Texas have to do with anything?
No, sorry. I forgot you only deal in California.
Well, so that's the biggest. It's the biggest state. It's the biggest state in the United States. I mean, why would I want to look at Texas?
No. So, how have you done? What is there anything you haven't done yet as far as locations wise? From your recollection?
Yeah, it's not location, dude. It's not like it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to do with Orange County. It's LA, San Francisco, San Diego, San Jose, north or south. That's nothing to do with it. I mean, I've marketed in this state for 20 years, right?
Right.
For homeowners. So it has nothing to do with that in terms of the conversions.
Right. What do you believe it has anything to do with?
What I said it did.
Right. Finding people who own a home?
No. I said it has to do with the conversation.
Oh, the conversation, the messaging. Well, let's go to the messaging also. Let's just find people first, and then we'll go to the messaging and see if we can fine tune the messaging as well. Okay, so let's keep this at 627, and let's go and save the search. This
So that's kind of wonky, right? So in Sacramento and San Francisco, you did a query string for CEO, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-employed CEO.
Okay. I'm thinking there's I'm thinking there's a lot more than that in San Francisco and Sacramento. but the way that you listed it is going to be difficult. Makes it tricky to go back and parse out again to figure out, you know, what other filters to put in and make it work. You know what, dude? I gotta be honest with you. I'm not a big believer in this at all. No, I'm just not seeing it.
Okay, well, I got that. But I'm telling you, for other clients, it's working for them. So I don't see any reason why it can't work for you.
Well, I don't know. It's not.
That's why we're here today.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, I'm paying you. You tell me why it's not working.
Well, my personal opinion is I don't believe we're getting the right people in front of you. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How is that changing right now? You just did the same query string that I've been doing for 2 months. What the heck?
Well, we're going to go into it. We're going to do more into it in a second here. We're going to go and look at the people past page 1. So just give me a second. We're going to go look at the messaging. So you want to get more targeted to the messaging than what it says now?
Well, if you look at the initial messaging that goes out, the first and the second one, it just talks about loans. It doesn't talk about real estate loans. It just talks. So some of the inquiries that I've gotten back, of the very few that I've gotten back total, are looking for business loans. You know, I've had like 2 or 3 inquiries about business loans.
Okay.
I don't do business loans.
No problem. No problem. Let's make that very clear in the second message, because after they see the first message as far as getting you as a connection, they're going to look at the first follow-up message, which is this one over here, and let's make this even more clear than it is now. Obviously, it's not clear enough. So how can we change the verbiage on providing exceptional alternative documentation home loans? How would you phrase it to make it very clear that it's only for home loans?
Oh, I would, you know, get off the phone with you and, you know, think about it, and I would make it very clear. I mean, I could do that myself.
No, I'm saying in the message right here.
No, I know. I get it. Yeah. I'm saying that I would just rewrite the whole message.
Okay.
I got to think about the whole tone and scope. If I continue to do this, right, I don't want to waste my time, and so I'd figure it out. But that's what the problem is. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna write a script, you know, based upon a quick, you know, what would you put there? Right. I got to think about it a little bit.
Okay. I got that. So let's go back then while you think about that, and you can put this in here and change this information once you're ready later on today or tomorrow, and put some thought into it. But let's look at the people here we're getting on the search here.
So go back and look at that document. So you've got this copy, this script here, and then you've got the spreadsheet with the script. What's the difference between the two?
Say again, sorry, I didn't hear what you exactly said.
You've got the Excel lookalike Google Doc, right? That has the permutations. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have this in a Word doc, so kind of a Google Doc. Why are the two congruent in terms of how they look, and why is this one here? I might get there. Hold on one second. Okay.
So on the other doc that has all the messages.
Yeah.
Because these the initial 2 ones, the initial ones that go out first. These are the first 2. So here is the initial connection message, and then here is the first follow-up message. So I usually like to make sure these are done first. I found that doing those on the other messaging interface for people, they couldn't really see it or visualize it properly. So I left these two messages on the Word doc on Google Drive here. And then because there was a whole lot of other messages as far as a workflow, I created that messaging document for all the messages.
So this is the initial one here.
This is the initial one, yeah.
Connected. And this is the second one.
Yep. So here's the initial outreach, the top one, and then once they accept the
You know, yeah, there's a lot of, oh my Lord. Okay.
So
right,
my experience has been,
take me down the path.
sure, my experience has been in the past that when I have been very straightforward as far as what I do and what I'm looking for, too quickly, people didn't accept the initial connection message. If they thought I was going to try to sell them something, they didn't accept it all. And therefore, any subsequent messages or the system didn't work properly. If I, on the second message, which is this one over here, if I said, hey, do you want to buy my services too quickly, I find also I didn't get any response at all. And that's why my take on things was, well, if you don't let people get to know who you are and build some kind of relationship with them, you know, it's like we talked about at the very beginning. It's like, you know, dating a girl and asking her to go to bed with you on the very first date when you first meet her after like 10 seconds. Usually it's not going to happen. So I found that if we find out from them what their needs are, who they are, what they're doing, and also remembering that this is a numbers game, right? That we're trying to you know, do volume here to make sure that we can fill the pipeline with, you know, a few people, because for you, even one sale can mean $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 of commission. Right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I have the messages formatted the way they are, because after trying all the different variations of, you know, thank you for accepting my connection message, you know, I do or you do, you know, loans for homeowners who are self-employed, are you in need of a loan? I found that didn't resonate with people. People never replied at all, as opposed to asking them, hey, what's going on? Who, you know, thank you for accepting my connection request. I was on your profile. I see you do this or this, or things often change in your profile. What are you up to nowadays? What's happening? To start the dialogue off. Once the dialogue was started, then yeah, finding more about them within the one or two more messages really worked very well. I found if I went too quickly to the kill, then people didn't respond at all, and no one got any leads at all.
That makes sense.
And that's why I formatted the messages with the verbiage they have. But as you mentioned, you know, at least make it more clear that all you do is consumer loans for homes. You don't do any business loans at all.
Correct.
Right. So I wanted to next go on back on the Sales Navigator again here and see if, you know, these are the type of people that you believe would be your clients. But go past page 1 and go to maybe page 10 and see if the people are still as.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're still, let's just do a sample of seeing who they are. Okay. Do you ever work with other realtors or real estate agents actually?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's something we should do is get realtors or real estate agents in your area to at
No,
least know who you
no,
are.
no. That's a whole different marketing. We do need to try to get one thing right. The one thing I want to try to get right is direct to consumer.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to
Got
get.
that.
I don't want to go. I don't want to take on. It's difficult enough for me. Don't even know if I want to continue, but difficult enough for me to do this and manage this on top of everything else that I'm doing.
Right.
Having to babysit these conversations and take on another channel doesn't make sense. Because I'm doing consumer direct stuff too, like Google ad campaigns, AdWords campaigns. It's just too much. I'm trying to get one thing or two things right.
Right. And how is that working for you for your Google AdWords campaigns? Are you getting any solid leads from that?
Oh yeah. I mean, far surpass what I can do on LinkedIn.
Right.
Or a lot less effort on my part, right?
Right.
That's the challenge.
Right. Are they besides getting people clicking on your website? Are they converting to actual sales?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what just curious, what key phrases are you using on Google on AdWords, just so we know what maybe we could use some of those key phrases on here.
Well, self-employed borrowers, stated income, bank statement income qualifying. That's some of the main stuff.
Right.
But I don't know where you're going to find that on LinkedIn.
No, you can, in the sense that you can go into industries here. So on LinkedIn, there is an industry search or filter.
Mm-hmm.
So what is one of the over and over again, you see the same people from the same industry using your services. Is there a certain industry that you seem to serve a lot?
No, not necessarily.
IT.
No, not necessarily. No, self-employed is self-employed, right? So they could be
Right,
doing.
got that.
Yeah.
I'm saying within the self-employed people that you do
No,
loans.
I know the question. I know the question you're asking. I'm saying
Right.
it's not industry specific.
Okay, so it's all over the place. There's not one industry you find that people more gravitate to finding a loan from someone like you.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's do a whole bunch of searches on here, and put some whole bunch of search strings on there, and we can figure out how to move forward here. So here's the first one: the self-employed people. Are there certain areas of California that you find more people are getting loans for, or that's all over the map also?
No, I mentioned that earlier, Alan. It doesn't matter the area.
Okay, so anywhere in California, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
There's
All right.
there's some areas that obviously are the usual suspects, right?
Right.
The higher, the metropolitan areas. There's very few in California. There's San Diego. There's Orange County. There's LA. There's San Francisco, Sacramento, and that's about it, right? I mean,
Okay.
that's 75% of the population of California.
Right. Okay.
Which are counties I've marketed to for 20 years.
Right. Okay.
Can you filter these people?
By what?
No. Can you filter by how long at their current role, right? Like if they're self-employed, have they been at their current role for?
Maybe. You see, I think
over 2
I
years?
possibly saw one of those filters there. Look, called view all filters. Let's see here. Years working at company. Years in current position.
There you go. Well, I guess you have one, right?
Yeah. So how long are you thinking?
3 to 5. 3 to 5.
3 to 5 and higher?
Well, let me ask you a question. So it's not less than 1 year. It's not
Yeah.
1 to 2 years. It's 3. It's 2 years or more. Okay.
Right. So let's go 3 to 5, 6 to 10, and more than 10 also. Do all three of them. This is a good one. We got LA, Sacramento, San Francisco, 3+ years, and the key phrase or title of the person in power is president. Let's use this one, okay? Is Beverly Hills a place you ever do stuff in?
Yeah, just funded an $11 million loan there.
Oh, well, that's good.
But the here's something that bugs me, right? And I think LinkedIn created, their platform this way.
Yeah.
Is that it'd be a hell of a lot easier if you could just go do one query, all of California, CEOs, right? And then have that one list, and then break off pieces or chunks of 1,000 a piece. I'm assuming you can't do that, right? Because the problem is,
Yes. So here's the search. These locations here with the same amount of people, the same amount of time, and you see the search. And
I'm sorry, is that on your end? That noise?
sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm getting feedback.
Sorry. You can do this. Creating the search, saving the search again, that we did beforehand.
Are you hearing that feedback? Huh?
On my side. So you can create again.
Hey man, I can't hear you. I'm getting feedback.
Just see if I can get my headset working. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. So you can do the search on LinkedIn, save it by clicking on this Save Search button over here, which is right over here. Save the search, label it, and then click on the search in your saved searches right here. And then you can just change the criteria once the search is loaded up again. Because if you're using the same geography or a lot of the same filters you used beforehand, then you can use them again and just tweak them to create a whole new search string, as opposed to going in there and starting the whole process from scratch each time.
What? I asked you that before. I asked you that before.
Yeah, I told you that beforehand, to save searches.
Okay.
I think it's on the last video we did together.
Okay. Take.
So once again, you click on Save Search.
Let's do this. I don't. Okay. Well, so we know California, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We know. Let's just say. Let's call it. Let's do this one. California. California. Self-employed.
Yeah.
Current position, more than 2 years. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do that query.
Yeah, we did that. Except for the president, that's what this query is here. So and unfortunately, there's not one California link here. If you type in California, or you can do all California, but you have too many people here. As you can see, there's 4,000 people for all of California. So that's too many at one time. Otherwise, you can't collect more than 1,000 at one time. So you want to break it down to the individual.
Okay. So you can't do California and search for all and download it because it's more than 1,000, correct?
Yeah, because well, I mean, you could do that, but once again, the results usually are going to be, because the area is so large, is more than 1,000 at a time. But you can load up a whole bunch of locations and then save that search, and then go back to those that save search afterwards and just tweak the filters again.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I told you that. We went over that, I believe, in the last video I did for you, the last meeting we had, where I showed you how to create, because you asked me that like weeks ago, and I said yes, and we went over that the last meeting. Have you ever watched a meeting video that I recorded at all? Have you ever watched it again afterwards? Because that's the reason I record these, so you can, if you want to watch them again afterwards, you can. So I'm pretty sure we did that last time in the previous video, as far as going over save searches. So we have all these different places you can choose in California. You can create a baseline search of, let's say, 5 or 6 areas in California, and then save it, and then go back into that again and just tweak the criteria. For instance, tweaking the person's professional job title from CEO to president to vice president to owner. There's all the things you can do here. And when I finish this sales or this training video, I'll load up this video to Google Drive as well. Would you like me to maybe break it down in a Word doc for you also? Would that be easier for you?
Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not getting the results that I want. I'm willing to try it again, but I'm out of pocket. I think we should have done this sooner. Are you going to give me some sort of break this month, or are you planning on charging me $1,000 if I continue?
I'd be happy to give you a break and take 25% off the cost for this month coming up. Would that work for you?
No, I was thinking more like 50.
in the interest of keeping you as a happy customer, I'll be happy to give you a discount like that.
Okay.
But I'm going to send you an email.
I want to see I want to see more results before I spend another 1,000. Okay,
Sure.
I know you got somebody you got to pay in India and whatever, right? So who I've never spoken to other than the once or twice that we were all on the line together. You know, I want it to work. You know,
I want it to work for you also. Trust me, I do want it to work.
Before I met you long ago, I thought LinkedIn would be a good way to go to find self-employed borrowers and loans, right? So
Yeah, and I really believe it will be a good place for you to find these people. It's just a matter of keeping with the process and making this work here as far as finding the right people. And I said to you beforehand, I
yeah,
have other people I've done this with who had challenges at our beginning also. And then once we had this conversation and they really, really took the time to delve into it, they got the results they wanted.
delve into it, meaning in LinkedIn a little bit more, understanding the processes a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
Communicating more with the people in LinkedIn in terms of the
yeah,
phone.
doing those kind of things, as well as also content marketing. So when we first spoke in your first intake session, I told you that you should be doing articles and posts on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been following that, doing that at all?
Yeah, I've posted more content than I ever did before. I never did.
Okay.
So,
Okay, that's really good.
yeah, I think the other thing that I think I need to do, that I want to do, is all the contacts that I have, or the contacts that I have now, is to send out notifications to them, right, or announcements, or an article, or whatever, share an article with them, right? Because I can do that.
Yes, and so on my system, we can also contact your first connections, so people that you are already connected to. So if you want to do a search on people and use first connections as opposed to second and third, and talk to the people you are already connected to, you can do that as well.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So I have like 1,150, whatever that number is, 1,200.
Yep.
Those are all first connections.
Yep. We can send all of them a pre-formatted message, customized by having the name in the message.
California 61.
So let's see how many people we have now here. So 564, that's a pretty good number. I'm going to copy all the text here.
I'm having a video ad created right now. It should be done in 3 or 4 days.
Awesome. Well, that'd be good for a post and for an article. So we got 3 new search strings over here. I'll start using these right away, and we'll see how things go, all right?
All right. Send me a revised bill invoice.
Sure, yeah, no problem. I'll just send you an email saying what I'm charging you this month, so you have it writing, okay?
Yep, thanks.
No problem. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, one of my clients I'm working with just posted this one here. So he did this video and made this post today. Unfortunately, he forgot to turn his phone sideways like I told him. So when you do, if you're doing ads or videos for yourself on your phone,
Yep.
turn the phone landscape, not portrait.
Yep,
I had to cut this and put all this boxing stuff around it to get the video to look decent, because it just didn't work by itself. Anyways, I'll get on this over here. I'll send an email to you right away, okay? And I'll load up the video. I'll load this video up to Google Drive so you can watch it again if you want to.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.